So I've been teaching search engine optimization type, or traffic is what I prefer to call it, since about 2004. Um, and I've seen a lot of changes, and I want to kind of explain these changes and why what we're teaching now is so much more tenable than it's ever been before. The fact is, back in 2006, essentially, the delivery of traffic through the search engine was based more on keyword density and keyword placement. In other words, it was a technical thing, and technical things are easy enough to figure out, for one, and to work out black hat, or tricks, loopholes, whatever that garbage is, to game the system and outcompete your competition and generate traffic. So, I mean, essentially, if you were trying to sell Viagra, if you had the word Viagra in the headline and in enough spots throughout your content, more so than your competitor, you would get the traffic. Um, Google has to evolve that, because what they were really trying to do is provide their user with the best experience. So they will be the search engine they choose over their competitors, which will allow them to sell more advertising in the long run. So the best experience is what's important to Google, and sending traffic off to affiliate websites isn't the best experience. Our techniques through about 2014 continued to evolve to try to stay ahead of the changes Google were making. Unfortunately, I mean, it was great to rank number one for the word buy Viagra for about a week, and then you didn't. You made a lot of money for that week. Things have changed now. Products have changed now. You can't rank for words like that using the techniques you used to do. We had software that would build massive websites and scrape content from RSS feeds and just basically pound away at the search engines to get marginal traffic, and then we would redirect that traffic. Didn't matter what the keyword was that they found our site for. We would redirect it to whatever affiliate offer we wanted and make money off of that. That doesn't create for a good user experience for Google. Okay, they don't want that. They want to be able to send traffic to a destination where the guy who's doing the search is happy with the results. So they had to figure out how to measure that. Well, they looked at bounce rate, they looked at other issues, and they come up with enough pointers that they could tell whether or not somebody had a well-constructed website that had the keywords, that had phrases, had things in the right spot, had the meta header and the meta content, and did everything proper, but wasn't trying to game the system, and that the visitor would visit the site, consume the content before moving on, as opposed to just bouncing around or being redirected to an affiliate website, which is what we were doing. I mean, we were guilty of it. But that is nowhere near enough. I mean, they were able to, a bunch of PhDs and stuff were able to outsmart a bunch of marketers trying to hack their system and find the loopholes and all that bullshit. The most tenable thing to do is to understand how to distribute and present content, and actually have the content be enjoyable, educational, and something people are willing to share with their other people. That's what Google wants. They want to give their search clients the best possible experience. That means sending them to the most relevant sites. For a long time, it was all about backlinks. It became easy to generate backlinks. Matter of fact, I created a piece of software called it was, what we call that? We call Auto Traffic Nirvana. And really what it was is everyone joined this group, and it was all linked into a central hub. And if you had a keyword that said, smoke cigars, and he had a keyword that said smoke cigars, would automatically swap links. You'd be sharing authority between your sites. You would be generating links that are relevant. You'd be generating long tail links and would go to the content. and your site would build authority with time. But the issue there was all this links were between poor quality websites. It didn't really do you a whole lot of good. Did at first, but Google, again, with the motivation of trying to provide quality experience to their users, really didn't gain anything as far as their reputation is by serving off traffic to junk websites. Even though we had good links coming between all sorts of different IPs and stuff. Remember, at that time, everybody was scraping content from other websites and posting it to their blog and saying, here's some new content. And that was fine. And it, that problem was the content was pretty unreadable because people would rewrite it. They would do intelligent rewriting. We even came out with a piece of software in 2012 called Hypertext that was a automatic, what we call artificial intelligent rewriter software, so that all your content on your blog was unique. Well, it still read like it was written by somebody with a 5th grade education, even though it was intelligent, because as smart as our computers are, they're not as smart as we are, or at least you. So regardless of all that stuff, the experience of the user was pretty much, oh, I can't quite understand this. I don't want to read something a kindergartner wrote. Boom. So Google started really looking at the user's experience. And that's, along the same time, here comes, social media coming in. And we're posting blog content to Twitter and to Facebook and all these different spots for links, for link juice. And the fact is, link juice from those sites is fine. It helps you build authority, but it's not the end-all, be-all of all things. What is important from those sites is direct traffic. Direct traffic from Twitter, direct traffic from Facebook helps you build your authority and your brand. And if you are producing quality content, what happens is the content gets consumed. Because the content is consumed, a visitor spends more time looking at your social media stuff, looking at your blog post or your website, and the more time they spend there, the better it's going to do in the long run with the search engines. So all the search engines want is what their customers want, okay? So as a user of that service, I want to do a search of how to do something and receive content that fulfills what my expectations are. I don't want to see a product about how to black hat this and do that. I'm going to find out what's the latest techniques in search engine optimization. Well, here it is. Create real content that's highly engaging. Use a service like YouTube to upload and distribute that content. Send it to a blog. Syndicate it from the blog to other social networks. And keep a flow of fresh content going out the door. Fresh quality content. How do you want to produce that? Do you want to write it every day? Do you want to do videos every day? Do you want to do a podcast every day? Make it real, make it engaging, and honestly, the best source of traffic you are going to get is going to be what comes from your website. Hey, thank you so much for watching our videos. We have a couple more videos for you to check out right here. Plus, there's a picture of me. If you click on that, you can subscribe to our channel. Also, hey, if you like what we're doing here, ask questions. I'll make additional videos based on the questions that are asked. And also, give this a thumbs up so that we can help the channel out and do more service for all the community.